Welcome, everybody, to another spectacular edition of that manga collecting show here at the Omnibus Collectors Network, or Omnibros Live, or however you want to say it. It's us weebs, I guess, talking about manga and all the stuff we've read, collected, and all the stuff that's coming out. So, yeah, as is usual with this channel, we do it, we talk about all the previews, like we do on Omnibros on Mondays. We go over all the stuff that's coming out monthly, this time for the month of May 2021. And in order to do that, we have a full panel tonight. They're running a little bit late, but that's all right. Don't worry about it. They'll be here in a couple minutes. But for now, I have my good friend, Riley, the Omnibus Collector himself. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Doing very well. Thank you very much. How's it going over there?
Surviving. Last Monday was a lot of fun on the channel, but I forgot to mention that I have been hooked on my new Oculus Quest 2. And I posted on our other chat, on our anime manga chat, there are VR chats dedicated to streaming One Piece. So before I go to bed, I sit on my bed and I put my Quest on. I go into the big screen app and I'm just sitting there on a virtual theater, huge ass screen with One Piece subtitled, obviously. And I'm like, this is the nerdiest thing I've ever done. I love it. Oh, and speaking of nerdy, I got a fantastic person, a friend of the show, Sequential Consequence himself. Nelson, how you doing, man?
Hey. Sorry for being late.
Don't worry about it.
I am.
So excited, so happy that you can be here. I'd love when there's a full house, and we're expecting one other that just started his brand new podcast, a wonderful hit sensation. I'm going to let him introduce himself and the podcast when he pops up. So, yeah. How you? Anything newsworthy, Nelson?
Nothing really, but I did just finish reading the manga for Demon Slayer up to where the movie ends. So they all caught up on that, and I'm gonna continue forward.
Speaking of continuing forward, we got Mango himself and his brand new podcast. How you doing, Adonis?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me back.
Damn, looking clean, Adonis.
No, right?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
Doing well. I was just telling everybody that you have a really cool podcast that I hope you can share with the audience here at the Omnibus Collectors Network. What's that all about?
Yeah, so me and my buddy, we've talked about getting it off the ground a lot in the past. And so finally we decided what's stopping us? Let's just get this started. And so we did make a video on the new Mortal Kombat movie. We have one up that went up yesterday for Demon Slayer, the Demon Slayer movie. The channel name is Mango and the Champ. I'm Mango. My best friend, his screen name on everything since we were kids has been Champ. So
yeah,
his was like he knew what he wanted right from the start. And yeah, if you're in the Otaku's Farm, I linked it there. Come check it out.
Nice. This relates to your podcast. Carly, thank you for joining. She's asking if the Demon Slayer movie is an adaptation of part of the manga and not an original story. I'll let you guys answer that.
Yep.
Nothing, no.
Very close adaptation. Like I literally like I was reading the manga, then I watched the movie, then I read the part of the movie that the manga did, and it was pretty basically the same thing.
Yeah. So
very faithful.
If you're just watching the show, you have to see the movie because it is part of the story. Since it's a pretty self-contained thing, they decided to go movie route instead of a part of the season, I guess. I believe that's volume 7 and part of volume 8.
Most of 8.
Most of 8. There you go.
I didn't know that either. I had no idea that it was actually adapting because most of the time the anime movies are original side stories and stuff.
Yeah. No, UFO Table wants more money, so.
I hope it becomes the norm. I hope they're like, which format is best for this part? Let's do that.
Mm-hmm. Farhan, thank you for joining. Watching this while on my way to work. Great stuff. Peace and love from Malaysia. Thank you for joining, man. Philip, a great show here. Great podcast, Mango.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you.
Nice. Tolga, you got Riley, you got a compliment from Tolga, I should say. You look much younger without the glasses.
I had someone somewhere tell me, like, if I shaved my head, I would look more mature. And I'm like, I don't think I have a problem with looking mature.
Yeah. So let's get this show rolling. We're doing hauls, reads, previews. So any of you guys have any hauls by any chance that you want to show off?
Grab something.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know what I got recently.
Also, let me remind everybody that we're streaming on Facebook and Twitch.
Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that, actually.
So if you don't want to follow us on YouTube, you can look for us on Facebook and Twitch. We're live right now as well, as of this video.
That's a great change. It's awesome.
Beautiful Otaku. The bros are back. This is my #1 spot for manga releases. Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining, though. Beautiful Otaku.
So I grabbed, I ordered these probably a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. What you got?
And I finally got them in because I had to get in here from Japan. And it's the 4 volumes of Buzzer Beater.
You told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I'm so excited. I mean, obviously I can't actually understand the words and stuff, but I'm excited to be able to read it. There's volume 2. I'll probably like read a translation online and then just enjoy having the physical editions. These are like double wide volumes. And I'll show the interior artwork in a second. They all have dust jackets as well. So
fancy.
Some stuff on the inside. So let's look at volume 1. This was originally a webcomic. Mm-hmm. He released this online, and each page has bigger panels and stuff. It's about an intergalactic basketball tournament. Aliens coming together, and there's an Earth team and stuff like that. Yeah, this is the closest thing that we have to like the manga version of Space Jam. And it's all like colored in and stuff. It's full color artwork by Inoue. Nice. I believe he colors it himself. And one thing I really like the production of it, like you can see the brush strokes of his markers when he does the coloring and stuff. It's really cool. I'm so happy to just have this in my collection. And this is largely because I'm trying to do more like creator spotlight videos. Mm-hmm. And I decided that I wanted to try and get not only what's available in English, but I wanted to get the stuff, especially someone like Inoue doesn't have that many additional works. I wanted to get the stuff that's also in Japanese so that I'm not just throwing pictures up on the computer. I can actually show the physical volumes. So I got that in. I've got a few more that are by another creator that I love that are going to be coming in soon. And then also by Inoue, I ordered, what's it called? Chameleon Jail, which is his first serialized work. He was not the writer. He was just the artist. Yeah. And I found that, it's a 2-volume series, but there's an all-in-one edition that's published in Spanish. So I have the Spanish edition on the way, which is great because I can halfway read Spanish at least.
Yeah. Nice. So were they expensive to get? Both Japanese and Spanish?
Not really. The Buzzer Beater, I think, was about $30 total, maybe a little less for all 4. Yeah. Free shipping, so nothing to worry about there. And then the Spanish book was about $32, but I had some Amazon credit so I didn't pay anything out of pocket.
Gotcha. Nice.
So that's really cool. I'm really excited to get those things.
Nice. Got a question here from our boy Lethal Protector Venom. I got Black Blizzard recently. Haven't had a chance to read it yet, but it's a major Gekiga. 127 pages drawn in 20 days.
Damn.
Cool.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So, what else? Nelson, you got anything?
I did. I was just pulling off my shelves while Riley was doing the thing. Because I did get some stuff. I recently started read volume 1 of this. girl on the other side. So I've been getting some random volumes as Right Stuff has them because they've been just out of stock in and out. Then I got Asadora volumes 1 and 2, and I just love these kinds. Like, look how cool those look. I hope they're all different colors, and I hope they're all like just this kind of like color profile.
Yeah,
I got this just as a cart filler. Really, The God's Lie. Hopefully it's good. Then Blood on the Tracks volume 5, which is has been quite the read. Of course, Junji Ito's Love Sickness. And the last thing I got from Mr. Juan and the farm, it was Devilman G for a pretty good price that I traded Octopath Traveler for. So excited to read this. I actually don't really know how I'm going to feel about that, but it should be fun. In the very least, it's Devilman, so that's it.
You have good taste there, says Carly.
Nice, thank you.
Mango, I know you're not getting anything, right, physically?
The last thing I bought physically, on a whim. Well, two things. I got Rascal Does Not Dream of Funny Girl Senpai Volume 4, the light novel. And the it's another light novel. I got it because I was looking for I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, but I couldn't find it at Barnes and Noble. So instead, I grabbed. I think it's called I Had the Same Dream Last Night. Yeah, so I read the back. It seems like it's gonna be soul crushing, so I can't wait. Besides that, like you mentioned, I haven't been really hauling much. Most of the stuff that I do read, it's gonna be on the Jump app. Nelson the other day was like, what was it called? Helter Skelter? Is that the one that you told me to read?
Oh yeah. I did.
Yes.
Say that, yeah.
So I've had that like in the back of my head. Like, okay, next time I know that I want to sit down and read something, like read a whole volume in one go, I'm gonna pull that up. But besides that, not much.
Cool. I love I know Pancreas is super sad and everything, but I love that title.
Yeah,
I actually really like it too. I don't know what the significance is, but I've only seen parts of the movie and it's so soul crushing. I don't want to read it.
Do you know if the movie adapts the whole thing?
I think so. Yeah. I didn't get much. I was supposed to get a package that had like the Junji Ito book and some other random crap, but none of that arrived. And I only got 2 books that I can show you. And it's an oldie but a goodie. And I've been getting the Gantz Omnibus. So here's volume 4 of that and volume 5. So
nice.
Yeah, I've been getting that. And I'm missing volume 2 because it's out of stock. And it's taken a while to get that back in stock. It's surprising. I made an order of out-of-stock books just for that purpose. So when they're all ready to go, just ship them out. I have no rush to get those. And it's just sitting there on the website and not moving. But yeah, Gantz is all I got. As for reads, I recently made a video on my channel talking about Mermaid Saga from Takahashi, which I thought was really cool because it's mostly creature horror, which is my favorite type of scary book. And the only thing I didn't like about it was that there's really no ending, and it ends. That's it. There's no like definitive conclusion to the story. They're like, and they will continue onwards, and that's it. I'm like, oh, great. All right, cool. On to the next thing.
So I've seen that at Barnes & Noble, and I've seen a lot of people posting pics that they're buying it in the group. Is it like Junji Ito, where it's like a series of short stories and they're all horror monster stories, or is it like one big plot that's horror?
It's literally you're following the main guy, Yuta. He's an immortal. He ate the mermaid flesh, but he doesn't want to stay an immortal. He wants to die. So the legend says that if you get a mermaid again, and she's able to undo the thing. So he's on this quest for 500 plus years, and something always happens that he never gets to the goal, and he solves other cases. He saves this girl called Mana. She's also an immortal, and it's just mini stories in that mid 80s Japan as they're looking for mermaids, and that's it.
That sounds so very 80s because the whole monster situation.
I love the art style. And all the girls with the bangs and all that stuff. I'm like, this is so 80s. I love it.
My youth, he says.
When I I was reading it and I had the same reaction. I was like, dang it, when you get to the end, because it's just open-ended. But the thing that was confusing about that for me is like, it wasn't serialized normally. It wasn't like it was a monthly series or a weekly series. Like, she just had chapters pop up like sporadically over a period of multiple years.
Yeah.
So there's like, I don't know. I guess I'm just going towards like, did she really have to just decide like, all right, well, that's done. She could have done like one more chapter or one more story of like
To
2 or
wrap
3
it up.
chapters to wrap up the storyline. But I mean, I guess like you get that sense of like, it's kind of a fairy tale in a way. It ends in this way that it's like open-ended, so their story could potentially continue forever because of the fact that they are immortal.
It's kind of interesting because that's the only short series that Takahashi has, as far as I could see, at least. That's why I bought that one to start with.
She has, and this is another good one, 1 Pound Gospel, which is about as long. It's 4 volumes, but I think they're out of print right now. It's
I mean, being the way they're publishing everything now, they're probably going to get around to redoing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised. But it's good. It's a short boxing series, so for people who like sports stuff.
Most of her work has anime versions, so if you can't find that out of print books, you can probably watch the shows. Even Mermaid Saga had like an OVA series. So yeah, they've done a good job of adapting almost everything that she's done. Joe, thank you for tuning in. When is Gantz Volume 6 being released?
Wow,
You're actually going to see it. You're going to see it on the show, on the previews in a couple minutes. So yeah.
Oh wow! I really thought that was out already. It must have gotten delayed.
It got pushed to late May. Tyler, I don't normally tune in to these shows, but I just decided to dip my toes into manga. You're awesome, thank you. And get 20th Century Boys, even better. Hoping it arrives soon. Yeah, I never finished the series. I only read like the first 2 volumes. And I do like it. I just I said I gave it away to a friend, and I wanted to get the perfect editions, and I forgot to do so. So that's why I haven't finished.
Yeah, but you can see them over here in the back with that nice connecting cover.
Yeah. Oh, and we got a super chat from John Lover 1. That's an interesting name. Thank you for the super chat. Can you guys show full design tees you wear now? Well, I mean, we're talking about manga. I didn't want to make it into a fashion show, but we'll please you in that regard.
I remember did this last time too, and I think Riley was wearing that shirt too.
Was I wearing this one?
I don't know.
No, I was wearing.
Maybe I just saw some other video where you were wearing that shirt, and I got confused.
I was wearing LCD Sound System.
I'm just wearing a black T-shirt, so there's not much to see.
I got full Evangelion right there.
That looks sick, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, I actually really like this shirt. Probably one of my favorites.
I should go change my shirt to match you guys, but I won't.
And this is a Joe Mad Medusa from Inhumans.
That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah,
Gio, number 1 Inhumans fan.
My Marvel comics.
I think me and Gio are like the only Inhumans fans like ever.
Yeah, unfortunately, the fan base is pretty small compared to like Spider-Man or X-Men. But thank you for the super chat, John. We really appreciate it. Reads. Anybody read anything else aside from Mermaid Saga?
I read 8 volumes of Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
like, that's pretty much all I've read recently, and I was just doing it in my downtime, and it reads really, really quick.
Yeah,
it's super quick, and I love the author's chibi style. And then when stuff hits the fan, it gets serious, and you see the art change.
Surprisingly, the humor is hitting like really well. Like I'm surprised how well placed it is.
No,
like it feels like an older series. It feels like it's like a '90s manga. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know what about it.
Did you read past the Demon Train arc?
Very barely. I read like up to the end of volume 8, which was like 3 chapters that I don't think were in the movie, kind of dealing with the fallout.
Yeah. Okay. I actually really like that little section of
I'm curious if they're going to include that at the start of the season or not.
I think they have to, because it's really. I just like that after such a crazy little arc, you know, they take a step back with the boys or just Tanjiro. And
I saw this next arc is like twice as long, so I'm like, whoa, okay.
It's so long. Good. The next arc is so good.
Oh, I can't wait to see that stuff animated with the
What's his name? The Hashira. He just has
yeah,
such
yeah.
crazy JoJo energy to me, and I
the
love it.
JoJo energy, and the villain with the kimono thing,
Yes,
the strings and stuff. That's
I know.
gonna look super awesome.
I think she's like Upper Moon. I think she might be Upper Moon 4. I'm not sure off the top of my head though.
Yeah.
I just know that Uzui is one of my favorite characters in the series.
He's got the rats too. So he's the one with the rats, with the mice that they're flexing, or
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, because he's always flexing. That's why I said he always has that JoJo energy. He's always looking good.
yeah. And I just remembered, I actually did read the newest Demon Slayer volume that came out. 21 was it, or 22?
I haven't
21.
been up with releases.
All there.
I don't know. I read the last one, which was really awesome, but it left on a cliffhanger, and I was pissed off. I'm like, damn it! Now I have to wait like 2 more months because I'm already reading it physically. I might as well wait for the remaining 2 volumes to finish off the story. And I also read volume 16 of Dr. Stone, which I absolutely love. I still don't get why the manga tubing community hates it, but I love Dr. Stone.
Dude,
I can't imagine disliking Dr. Stone. It is so different.
I venture into random manga tubing world and just seeing what people are hauling, and Dr. Stone sucks. I'm like, oh, okay, buddy, thank you.
Click off.
I don't-
Tolga read Blood on the Tracks. Every volume ends shocking.
Yep. Every volume.
It's going to continue like that for like 90 chapters. So
Did it end already? Like overseas?
it's on its ending, but there's still a lot of stuff to get through.
How many volumes is it at now? Because Oshimi usually ends a series around 10, so I'm kind of curious if it's going beyond that.
Let me check. Give me a second.
I'm just kind of curious. I've
it's
never
like-
looked into it.
I think there's 9 or 10 out. I'm not too
Flowers
sure.
of Evil is 11. Happiness is 10. What's the other one? Inside Mary is 9, I think.
Yeah. The last volume that came out in Japan was volume 10.
Okay, so it's probably going to be around that length. That's cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like that he knows where his sweet spot is. That's cool.
Yeah. And this one is like even better paced than any of his other ones. So
Next, Imaginaut, do you think Viz will reprint their prior curation of Saito's complete run on Golgo 13 and deluxe softcovers or hardcovers? I think that stuff is going to take some time to print, to be honest with you. Now, I'm not saying that Golgo is not good or bad or none of that stuff, but I think their priority is more on...
it seems more of a cult thing. I don't know if they're going to give it the attention unless people show the interest there.
Maybe if there was some new anime material, because anime and manga go hand in hand. So if there was some new material, maybe they would go and print that stuff. Gio, did you buy Die Dark Volume 1? Yes, that is that was in the order that I mentioned earlier, and it hasn't arrived yet, unfortunately. So yeah.
Keep in mind that Golgo 13 is 200 volumes of material. So, like, even if they did chunky 3-in-1 volumes, that's still
take a while.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that long. Holy crap!
And it's still going on.
Yeah, that's like Marvel with Conan, and they got like 10 omnis. So there you go.
I am so glad I did not keep up with those.
Yeah,
that would be too much.
Joseph Toro, have any idea when the second box set on One Piece will be re-released? I don't want to have to buy them in singles, but I will if I have to. I can look around and see what's up, but it shouldn't be long because they're putting out volume box set 4, so they might want to reprint some of that stuff for everybody. But yeah, I'll check it out.
Alternatively, you could always pay $2 for the Jump app. It's $2 a month, and you can read all of One Piece for $2.
Oh, you know what's a good website now that I'm thinking about this stuff? And I got to thank Nelson for reminding me of Books A Million, because they actually put out the release dates for their reprints when you look for stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So let me check. I haven't got no cred to check on Diamond or anything, but let me check on the internet.
I already checked on Diamond, and it's not. It's just off on there.
Damn it! You stole my thunder.
Well, I mean, if I don't think Books a Million goes through Diamond, they probably go through the book market, so you might find different information.
All right. So
He says
it
it has 13 curated
says-
volumes. I'm kind of curious what they mean by curated. Like are they just like the best chapters? Like
I was gonna
That's-
say, isn't Gogo 13 super episodic? So
like
that could work.
Pokemon Adventures, like best of that they did, or I don't know, something
They
like
did
that.
It's like the Lupin the Third. That's what they did in the U.S. Instead of releasing all of it, they had like selected pieces of it, and that's what they're doing again with the hardcover.
That's cool.
One Piece box set is scheduled or to be available on Books a Million on May 24th. So you might want to jump on that. Joseph, yeah.
So,
You might want to jump on that. There's some coupons around, and you can get it for a little bit cheaper. Plus, it's already discounted, but they have it scheduled for the 24th of May. So, yeah. Yay!
Yay, Nelson.
All right.
hey, I don't know what that was.
It seemed
for,
a lot
but-
of people. It seemed a lot of people jumped off with Dr. Stone late summer 2019 for some reason. It did not seem like it was for me, but I don't really hear anyone talk about it anymore. Yeah, it did lose some steam. I'm not up to date with it, but it did lose some steam. I do agree with that.
How far did you get into it, Gio?
Was it like an arc that was like slightly less exciting, or
Like, do you remember what
I
chapter you slept in?
I can check that real quick on Annie List
Yeah,
because I don't remember anything, but that website does for me. The
love
last
Annie
chapter I
List
read for
Stories.
Dr. Stone was 142. Was the
I think
last
we
chapter
slept-
I read.
I think we slept on the same spot.
So they did the Medusa versus the Kingdom of Science thing.
Yep,
that
we,
rings
slept,
any
we,
bells.
we slept at the exact same chapter. 142 is the one I need to read next. That's really interesting. I thought
Nice.
that arc was pretty fun. I don't have any complaints. I just kind of got burnt out of keeping up with weekly manga. That's why I stopped.
And I dug it, and I can't wait to see it animated because we are getting season 3, and they're going to cover that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
James, did you all see Demon Slayer movie sub and dub leaked on PSN early this week? Looked like someone got fired. It was removed very fast. I moved quick.
I'm sure a lot of people thank you for your sacrifice. It was a worthy sacrifice for people not to have to wait a month.
Yeah, I am going to put out a movie review on it eventually because I do have access to it. So yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I haven't seen it yet, but I will. All right, we'll get to some more questions in a bit. Let's jump into the previews for. I got way too many tabs open. Jesus. For the month of May. Shoot, how do I do this again? Oh, share screen. There we go. Is that okay? Does that look okay?
Be maybe a little bigger, a little closer.
All right. There.
I don't think he changed anything.
There it goes. Yeah, I think.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. All right. So, starting in May, obviously I'm using the Right Stuff list because it's a little bit more convenient or easier to use. They've got some stuff that's already out compared to Diamond and Previews and all the other websites and all that stores. But here we have Laughing Under the Clouds manga volume 1, Boarding School Juliet volume 14, Eden's Zero volume 11, which I've been really enjoying the anime for it. I'm not a fan of Fairy Tail. I watched a couple episodes, not really for me, but Eden Zero, I really like it. I dig it. So I'm really excited.
I could see his over-the-top style working better in a sci-fi setting.
There is nothing wrong with Fairy Tail, and you're all heathens.
I tried. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't for me. Maybe
It's
I'll
just
give it
like
another
his
try.
like shameless shonen you know, just embracing all that it is.
There is nothing wrong with the power of friendship.
But this one, I like like Nelson's. I like the sci-fi setting. It's in space, and I don't know. The animation's beautiful on that show.
I mean, it's kind of rare to have like that kind of sci-fi flavor for a shonen.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it, it's kind of like fantasy is usually the go-to, or horror nowadays.
Yeah. I think I mentioned it on the previous stream that we did, but JC Staff did the animation for Eden Zero, or they're doing the animation. They also did Way of the House Husband, which is ridiculous that it was such a cash grab compared to the work that they're doing with Eden Zero, because it looks beautiful and it's so fluid and nice to look at with the animation. And then you look at House Husband and it just looks like a motion comic. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, it really looks like they just like wanted to get the manga moving more copies.
They all the entire budget for House Husband went straight into Eden Zero.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next page if it loads. All right. No, don't do that. Oh, all right. Sorry. It's my first time doing this. Not really. All right, so we've got Snow White with the Red Hair, Volume 13, Daytime Shooting Star, Volume 12. I know something here that a lot of people are excited about. It is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, Volume 9, hardcover. Finally.
Nice cover.
It's the last volume.
Finally, the final volume of Part 4. That's been going for ages. Love Me and Love Me Not, Volume 8. Shortcake Manga, Volume 12. The Daily Lives of High School Boys, Volume 5. Bafuri, I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense, Volume 1. Really cute series. If you like gaming anime. You think it's an isekai, it's not. It's literally people on a MMO JRPG VR thing, and that's it. But it's really wholesome. Attack on Titan. Is this the penultimate volume? Volume 33?
Probably.
Because I think it ended on volume 34, or it's
I think so too. I can look it up real quick.
Thank you. Meanwhile, we've got Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon on the Side, Sword Oratoria, Volume 15.
Damn, even the side
Even the side story got a lot of volumes.
Oof.
Hazure Skill, the guild member with a worthless skill, is actually a legendary assassin, Volume 1. This is
not even real.
Yeah. Here's another fan favorite that a lot of people are excited about. Undead Unluck, finally, Volume 1 is coming out.
Sounds highly recommended from me. That's one of the series that I feel like is, once it's animated, it's really going to take off, because there's a lot of really interesting things that go on in there, a lot of really cool characters, and it's very different from a lot of the other shonen that we have right now. Just different type of action and stuff, different types of characters.
It looks very like comedy centric, kind of like Sakamoto days.
Mm-hmm.
It's it does have a lot of that, but it's got a lot of twists to it. It does a lot. Like when I first started reading it, I was like, okay, this is fine. And then basically by I think the end of volume 1, there's the first twist that happens, and I'm like, oh, okay.
But is it like very shonen-y? Is it like, like high battles, like that kind of thing?
There are a lot of fights, but there's a lot more underneath that than just like the character, because their abilities, a lot of the characters' abilities are not physical types of things. Like all the characters have mild spoilers. They have what they call, I think, negating. They negate things, and so everyone is like undead, unluck, whatever.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay.
And so each character that has this ability, they're like, for instance, undead. He's not able to die, so he gets cut to pieces and just comes back to life, or comes back together. Unluck, she causes bad things to happen around her. And the closer in proximity you are to her, the worse it gets. And then there's just a bunch of other characters that like have different negating powers that do other things. So it's not always something that's physical. It's oftentimes kind of like looking at something like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where the stand abilities are not always just a physical thing that you can fight with. So sometimes to fight with someone, they have to really think about how can I utilize this non-offensive ability, like, to fight off this person, or how can I combine this with this other person's ability to fight someone. So it's really cool. There's like some deep lore that comes up pretty soon in the series, like pretty quickly, that really like turned it from being interesting to me to being like, oh snap, like this is really cool.
Well, that sold me on it. That definitely sounds like a really cool hook.
Yeah, check it out on the app for sure.
Yeah,
I think it's at like 50 issues, 50 chapters.
Something like that, yeah. Moving on, we've got Boruto Volume 11. I love that cover. That's a very JoJo-esque cover.
I'm surprised how slow that's moving.
I think they're monthly chapters.
Monthly chapters,
monthly.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
World Trigger Volume 22. I think that has a show coming up, or a second season, or something like that. The Promised Neverland Volume 19. Black Clover Volume 25. Here we have The Dungeon of Black Company Volume 6. Kaguya-sama Love is War Volume 19. Super Heroes, X-Heroes, Volume 2. Haikyuu Volume 44. Is this the final Haikyuu volume?
I think so.
Yeah, he looks older, so I think so.
Final or second to last.
Damn it. I always ask you, Riley. Do you remember every manga previews? I always go, is this the last volume? We're still not done.
Second to last. 45 is the last one.
One of the best isekai of all time, in my honest opinion, Ascendance of a Bookworm, Part 1, Volume 5. Skeleton Knight in Another World, Volume 6. This just recently got announced for an anime, so expect a massive boost in popularity. Manly Appetites, Minagishi Loves Otsu, Volume 2. The manga adaptation of Weathering with You, Volume 3, The Treasure of the King and the Cat manga. Yuzu the Pet Vet, Volume 5. That looks super cute. Sachi's Monstrous Appetite, Volume 2. And Cells at Work, Code Black, Volume 7. Here we have My Alcoholic Escape from Reality.
I'm definitely getting that.
Yep. This is not a manga. I have no idea why they put Street Fighter here, but another Street Fighter hardcover. By the Grace of the Gods, Volume 2. That had an anime last season. Nice, wholesome slice of life isekai. Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, Volume 5. Pretty popular, funny series. Thigh High Reiwa Hanamaru Academy.
Yes,
This
I am
is
there.
one of the craziest manga. I love it.
Oh, it's this one.
I am there.
Let me read the description for everybody if you aren't aware. This is a manga about story and art from Kotobuki. The hunks at Hanamaru Academy are putting the boot and booty to expectations. Instead of wearing drab blazers, these studs are obsessed with the length of their skirts and the size of their chests as they try to navigate high school. This high-energy comedy takes being cute and being cut to a whole new level. This looks hilarious. I want to check it out.
I'll definitely have to check this out.
I give it maybe another year before it gets adapted to an anime.
No, for sure, yeah. This next one is School Zone Girls. Which
That mangaka, that looks very familiar. Wait, is that Sushio?
this
I don't
is Nin. Oh my god, I can't pronounce his name. Ningyao.
Oh, okay. That looks a lot like the guy who does the art for Gurren Lagann, Furikuri.
And it doesn't help that it has the red kanji with the white background.
Yeah, that too.
This is Yokoi and Sugiura. Oh my god, these names have been together forever, and they've mastered the art of making trouble when life's a bore. High school might be a drag, but these girls in love know just how to inject a little chaos and comedy into their sloppy school life.
That's not what I expected from the cover.
No, I could have sworn that might be like a horror or something.
The next one is another fan favorite, Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Edition, Volume 13, hardcover.
I've never heard of that.
Never ever. Yeah.
Worst shonen ever.
Yokai Watch, on the other hand, is one of the best shonen ever, right?
Well, it's the original Pokemon, isn't it?
Yep. I mean, look at that giant cat over there. Nice. Volume
God.
17.
That's scary.
That actually looks really creepy, honestly.
That
Take
looks
this
like.
picture.
Did y'all ever see Pika Man on
Yes.
Super Smash Bros? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
Oh,
that
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like.
Now take this picture and ask your mom which one is Pikachu. She'll point out the little red one. She'll say they're all Pikachu.
Here we have Fly Me to the Moon, Volume 5. Love this series. Highly recommend it. Farming Life in Another World, Volume 2. Looks like a isekai, but it has elves, so I'm tempted to read it because I love elves in fantasy. I don't know why I just said that on this show, but I do. Pokemon Sun and Moon, Volume 10. This thing, what is this? Dungeon Builder, The Demon King's Labyrinth is a Modern City, Volume 4.
Seems
A lot of
cultured.
boobage.
Okay, ask your mom which one's Pikachu on that one.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. Let me know how that goes
next
for you,
up.
Riley.
We've got Ride Your Wave, the manga adaptation of the movie, I think. Might be wrong on that. Might be the other way around. Rene from Rumiko Takahashi, Volume 39. Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow, Volume 7. Splatoon, Volume 12. Love me some Splatoon. That's awesome. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, which has an anime coming out right now as of this season, and it is hilarious. If I highly recommend it just to hear the voice actors. They are amazing on that show. Hilarious stuff. Next up is I Think Our Son Is Gay, Volume 1. Osan Idol, Volume 3. This I highly recommend. Stitch and the Samurai manga. Basically, it's an alternate version, and Stitch ends up in feudal Japan instead of modern times in Hawaii, like the original movie.
Wait, I just realized that's like Disney Stitch.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
That's art and story by Hiroto Wada. While fleeing the Galactic Federation, Stitch's spaceship malfunctions and he makes an emergency landing, not in Hawaii, but in Sengoku-era Japan. Discovered by the brutal warlord Lord Yamato and his clan, Stitch's incomparable cuteness is no match for the battle-weary samurai, who decides to bring the Blue Tanuki home with him. Will Stitch's love of chaos turn into a formidable advantage for the samurai's influence, or will his cute and fluffy form disarm the noble lord's stern facade? I want to read this. This looks super creative. I love it.
Disney's really pushing the boundaries of what
I love
what's
that they're referring,
normal.
like they're calling him a blue tanuki. I love that. That's
Yeah, that part got me.
awesome. Yeah. Next up, we've got Shino Can't Say Her Name, single volume manga, I presume.
Yeah, by Yoshimi.
Yeah. Living Room Matsunaga-san, Volume 6. Blue Period, Volume 3. And Drifting Dragons, Volume 8.
Is that Shino Can't Say Her Name? Is that a one shot?
It's like a 1-volume story.
Is that like a good place to start reading Oshimi?
I actually have no idea. I haven't read that one yet.
The heck is this
I have
about?
to add that to my wish list because I didn't even realize
I
it was
think it's
Oshimi.
like a Komi situation, but since it's Oshimi, it probably is way different.
It's probably way
Shino-
darker too.
Way more messed up.
Is so shy she cannot even say her name out loud. High school can be stressful time for many young people. The change means a new commute, new friends, new courses, new teachers. For Shino Oshima, the change could have meant an opportunity to blossom into adulthood. Unfortunately, things go wrong on her first day. She fails to even say her name during her homeroom introduction. From then on, Shino is a part mute, part stuttering mess. Ostracized and afraid, she struggles to find her place in this new world, but thankfully for her, she finds her voice through music and some unexpected new frenemies.
That seems a little bit more wholesome than most Oshimi manga.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Wait.
I
Wait
am
till
a
you
little
read
bit
it.
like,
Yeah, I'm too
suspicious of
skeptical.
going into it because I feel like there's gonna be something messed up in there.
Oh, he's definitely gonna break hearts left and right.
Probably. Let's see. We got Those Not So Sweet Boys, which is what they call this chat, Volume 2. Sex Education 120%, Volume 1. Something's Wrong With Us, that's what they call this chat too, Volume 6. A Sign of Affection, Volume 2. Oh, there we go. Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Volume 7.
Culture.
And this girl has problems because their chest looks like a heart. Anyways, I'm the Hero, but the Demon Lord's Also Me, Volume 1. That's interesting.
What?
Wonder Cat Q-chan. This is a colored manga. We got Volume 2. This is the chibi cat with a bow tie. So it's really cute. I do recommend that. Dungeon Toilet. You guys remember about that from Seven Seas? That's coming out. It's a parody. Shoot.
Forgot about that completely. It looks like the cover for Volume 1 of Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah.
We talked about it on my channel, Nelson. I don't know if you remember.
No,
You were on
I
with me.
I remember it now, but every time I see it, it's just so uncanny how they went with like such a similar cover. Yen
says
Press
it here.
does that a lot. They'll like have different series be in similar styles.
It's a parody though of Delicious in Dungeon though.
Is it like a direct parody of Delicious in Dungeon though?
It looks like it. If you had showed me just that and said, "What do you think this is making fun of?" I would have said Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah, if I looked at it without glasses, I would have thought it was Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see, but the blue-haired person is sort of a parody of Slime of Rimuru.
Oh, so is this gonna like? Is it like a parody of like Isekai as a whole? Because that guy kind of looks like
so.
Kazuma.
Yeah, it says here people are often reincarnated into fantasy worlds to answer a higher calling. In this case, that means a quest to find the perfect toilet. Behold, as dragon scales are converted into toilet seats and slimes are used as moist wipes in this unique adventure about heroes who truly give a crap.
Okay.
That's such a good description. Whoever wrote that deserves a raise. That's so good.
I'm definitely interested in that. That sounds hilarious.
I wonder. I'm guessing that later volumes will parody other covers, so you'll probably see like
that would
something.
be cool.
I wonder if later ones are out.
Oh man, that would be really cool. Honestly,
is Delicious in Dungeon an Isekai?
No, it's just a fantasy.
No. Yeah, it's just fantasy.
Okay, but still, that would, like you said, that would be so creative if we got like. I can't think of like many other isekai that I actually would like to see, but just keep sorted online after
that.
Next up, we got How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Volume 11. The King of Fighters, A New Beginning, Volume 5. Urusei Yatsura, Volume 10. And Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life, Everyday Misadventure, Volume 2.
The title wasn't long enough. Let's make it longer.
We got 4 killer manga here. We got Beastars Volume 12, Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku Volume 8, No Guns Life Volume 10, and Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead Volume 2.
I've been really excited to get that second volume of Zom 100 because that first one was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there's a shark on there.
Oh, yeah. Zombie shark. Love it. Here's The Way of the House Husband, Volume 5. Levius Est, Volume 8.
Damn, that was moving quick.
Yep. This, which I'm gonna butcher, Inyale and Dewella, Volume 3.
That was better than I've ever heard it. I think that's the last volume also.
That's the last one. That's from the same writer as Witch Hat, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Looks pretty fun from paging through.
Yeah, I saw a video on Omar's channel, and it sounds pretty fun. Love of Kill, Volume 2.
What a title.
Here we go. Gambling Apocalypse Kaiji. Will it come out? We'll have to see.
It looks like
Volume 3.
Genpa is finally still speeding up their printings. And they've been pretty communicative on Twitter about it, too. They're like, hey, this is going to print now. Like,
yeah. And we were asked earlier in the chat. Here it is. Gantz Omnibus Volume 6 is scheduled at the last week of May. Cherry Magic 30 Years of Virginity Can Make You a Wizard, Volume 3. That's new. Rent a Girlfriend, Volume 6. Hard-Boiled Stories from the Cat Bar. A Certain Magical Index, Volume 23. Wave, Listen to Me, Volume 6. Oh my gosh, Fairy Tail is following me. Fairy Tail Manga Box Set 4. I talk bad about it, and it shows up everywhere.
It's time to give it another shot, Gio.
I know. I'm sorry. Gigant, there we go. Volume 5. I love that series. Very not safe for work, just in case you're wondering.
But very cultured.
Yeah. Bite Maker, The King's Omega, Volume 1. The New Gate, Volume 5. Saint Seiya Saintia Show, Volume 13. Oh my god, they keep going. Species Domain, Volume 10. Berserk of Gluttony, Volume 2. What Did You Eat Yesterday? Volume 15.
Tacos.
15 volumes of this.
I don't remember.
This would pair up well with Pancreas.
What did you eat yesterday? I want to eat your pancreas.
From the cover, I'm just realizing that's probably about Alzheimer's, isn't it?
No, it's actually about if I remember correctly, it's two gay men living together in Japan, and like the first thing that they do when they see it's like their life, and then the first thing that they do when they see each other after work is say, "What did you have to eat?" I might be confusing it with something else, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
I think you're on
just like
something.
a slice of life.
A hardworking middle-aged gay couple in Tokyo come to enjoy the finer moments of life through food. After long days at work, either in the law firm or the hair salon, Shido and Kenji will always have downtime together by the dinner table, where they can discuss their troubles, hash out their feelings, and enjoy delicately prepared home-cooked meals. What will this latest volume bring to the table? So yeah, sort of a
slice of life about the small moments.
Yeah, that's literally it. It's just like a slice of life about like the small moments with your partner. That's it.
Not partners in slice of life. We've got Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Elma's Diary. My favorite character of that series. I love Elma, so I kind of want to read this. And that huge whopper, it looks awesome.
By the way, is that series like heavy on fan service? Because I saw a video that was on the news about people that were mad that the volume 1 was in the library.
Yes, and the kid and the mom was thrown. It was like somewhere
She was
in
so
like
concerned,
the middle
and I was
US.
looking at it. I was like, "This looks fine to me, unless there's something like somewhere in there that's distasteful." But
what I think it is that the characters are drawn with big boobs, but for the most part, there's not really any like sex in the manga, right? It's
pretty
it's kind of
easy
wholesome,
on that
isn't
stuff. It just has a couple fan servicey stuff. One of the characters has a gigantic chest, so that's probably what she saw and got super upset about that. I really like that stuff, and the humor in that is really awesome. So I do recommend it. But yeah, the character designs are a little bit for older teen and up. But yeah, there's that. City, Volume 11. Ragna Crimson, Volume 2. Happy Sugar Life, Volume 9. Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, Volume 14.
I actually have Volume 1 of that because I got it. Somebody just put it in a box of manga that I bought online, and I opened the box and it was like right on top, and I said, "Well, please, for the love of God, don't like mix up my order." All my stuff was there, but I just have a single volume of Yuna and the Hot Springs, and it's not. I can't bring it anywhere, so it's just forever gonna be in the back of my shelf.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I've been killing slimes for 300 years. Maxed out my level, Volume 6. This is a really funny series. If you want to check out, I did a review on Volume 1 on my channel. I really like it. I love slime manga. That's the thing now with me. And this is really funny.
That's why you like Dragon Quest so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of slimes there too. But here with Slimes for 300 Years, it's sort of a comedy isekai, basically. But it's fun. It has an anime. Which I do recommend because it's beautifully animated. The colors are really pretty, so I do recommend that. Boys Run the Riot, Volume 1 is coming out.
Alex actually told me about that just like 2 days ago.
Yeah, this looks good.
It's about trans men, and I think it's written by a trans, or at least it's written and translated by a trans guy. So
yeah,
that's some good representation right there. So I'm curious to pick that up.
Mm-hmm. This is from Kodansha. High schooler Ryo knows he's transgender, but he doesn't have anyone to confide in about the confusion he feels. He can't tell his best friend, who he secretly got a crush on, and he can't tell his mom, who's constantly asking why Ryo dresses like a boy. He certainly can't tell Jin, the new transfer student who looks like just another bully, but the only time Ryo feels at ease is when he's wearing his favorite clothes. Then and only then the world melts away and he can truly be his true self. One day while out shopping, Ryo sees someone he didn't expect, Jin. The kid who looked so tough in class has the same taste in fashion as him. At last, Ryo has someone who he can open up to, and the journey ahead might finally give him a way to express himself to the world. That's from Keito Gaku, is the creator.
When does it come out?
Last week of May.
Nice. Okay.
We also have The Royal Tutor, Volume 15, Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts, Volume 13. And I believe there's a couple more. Let me check. Let's go down. Oh, shoot. I can't look at the thing. I think there's a few more. Give me a second here. Yep. These three right here. Teasing Master Takagi-san, Volume 11. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 9. And Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, Volume 3. And that's about it.
That's not bad. That looks like a solid month of releases.
Yep. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out that I want to check out.
Yeah, I'll probably be placing an order for some of those.
Let's see. Looking at the stuff that we looked at, I'm getting B-Stars for sure. I'm getting the Gantz. Zom, I didn't pick up Volume 1, but I do want to read it anyways. Dungeon Toilet, I'll read it. It's too wacky for me to not read it.
I'll definitely at least check it out, or wait until you guys do.
Yeah. There was another one that I wanted to mention. Oh, Stitch and the Samurai. I do want to read that. Stitch is, by the way, you're probably wondering, Stitch out of everything. Yeah, Stitch is my favorite, one of my favorite Disney movies. So I do want to check that. Let's see, real quick. Thigh High Reiwa Hanamaru Academy. I do want to check that out to see if it's really funny because it looks hilarious. That's the dudes with skirts.
I would really love for that to get animated because I just, with the right comedic timing, that sounds like it'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Attack on Titan, JoJo. I don't have the space, but I would like to collect JoJo at some point. One day I'll do it, but not now. I ain't got room for a billion books of that.
We'll live vicariously through Riley in that regard.
Yeah. I'm happy with just owning the anime for now.
That's it. I put my pre-order for like the first half of the month in, so whenever it ships, hopefully it doesn't ship for a little while because I haven't read like anything from this past month. I've been so busy with work. But Undead Unluck, Black Clover, Boruto, Haikyuu, High Score Girl from this month, JoJo, Promised Neverland, and Full Metal Alchemist. And then to get to the free shipping, I grabbed another volume of Terraformers, and then I was like a little over $1 off, so I just threw a random like book that was $1.70 into the order.
Nice. Let me check real quick before we wrap up. Any questions that I missed? Let's see over here. Gmold, is Haikyuu going to come out with a box set? I think so. After the final volume comes out, I'm pretty sure Viz will
The ones
milk
that, yeah, get the money from the box set collectors, and it'd be perfect to fit into 2 decently sized boxes. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would bet decent money on that. Haikyuu ends at 45.
Belt
Vagabond.
Then Bros, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. How do you say this? Lieutenant Bros GR. Hi guys, any idea of the availability of all Vagabond Viz Big Edition volumes? I think most of that stuff is out of stock everywhere, right?
Not
No clue.
Yeah, nothing is on Diamond right now. Everything is back order on Diamond.
I'm sure they'll get to it, but I don't think it's a high priority for Viz. Honestly,
I was surprised. I shared it on my channel that they put Reel on the app, so you could read Reel
really?
now. Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
I
Which
was
app?
really surprised. Like that is a big deal
On which app?
in more ways than one.
on the Viz app.
The Shonen Jump one or the Manga Plus one?
No, the just Viz Media app. Like if you have a Shonen Jump sub, you can get into the Viz Media app too.
Oh, let me look. And is it one of those things where they put it up but you have to pay for it, like some other series, or? Because
I don't know. I didn't.
I'm pretty sure. No, like I think you have to still buy the digital volume.
okay, that was
think.
cool. Because if you could read it the way you can read like everything else that's currently coming out in Jump, that would be
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
I still would love if they did like a version of that for other things too, so I can
Oh,
read manga without having to buy the incomplete volumes.
I just want every company to put out an app so I can read stuff.
Yeah,
Or for them to pull the resources and just make a giant manga app, because
The
like
manga app, and you have
Guy-
every
like,
company there.
not for anything, guys, but you guys are still pretty like the manga's blowing up, but it's still pretty niche. Pull your resources, give us something.
like how Gio like pointed out that there was manga on Crunchyroll, and we were like, whoa, okay, well, yeah, what?
I always
like,
I would always see it, but it just never registered in my brain. I just always figured that there was probably going to be like things I never heard of or had no interest in.
The thing that we talked about last time was Inside Mari is on the Crunchyroll app. And you can
That's
read it
crazy.
for free. All of it.
And it's a little bit ahead of the physical release.
Really?
It's not finished, but it's like one volume away from finishing. At least when I checked.
Yeah.
Because Denpa's releases got really pushed back.
Not to change the subject too much, but I did download the app really quickly, and Reel is on the Viz Media app, but it's $8.99 per volume, which isn't terrible.
I just
That's
looked.
not terrible. At that point, I guess you may as well go physical if you have the space.
Yeah.
Speaking of
But
stuff
it's
on
still
the
pretty nice,
app,
though.
I'd love this
Because
comment.
melons.
Gmail, thank you. Anyways,
has anyone else read the candy series? Nah, my screen.
Yo, I actually really want to check that out. I looked at
I
the
haven't yet.
pages. It
How
looks
is it?
crazy good.
What is
Like,
it?
Candy
I think that's going to
Flurry.
blow up just based on those pages.
Yes, Candy Flurry. Like I think there's 2 or 3 chapters right now. It's the newest weekly Shonen Jump series that
Mhm.
replaced Build King. Holy
Did Bill
balls!
King
Like,
get canceled?
yeah, it got
Yay.
like so stupid. Like I put the video together of me like rating everything, and I didn't read the next week's or that week's chapters. So in the video, I'm like actively like, all right, then Build King, yada yada yada. And then as soon as I put it up, someone was like, "Hey, Build King got canceled." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I got really. Otherwise, I would have edited the show like comments about that.
It's because you made that video that it got canceled. So thank you, Ryan.
yeah,
Thank you. There was what was the other one that got canned? Phantom
Phantom
Seer,
Seer, which
and
I was
Yeah, that one
about.
seemed good.
Everybody seems to be genuinely like, when some things
you
get
have to pick up.
when some things get canceled, everyone's like, yeah, cool, we saw it coming, and that one everybody was kind of like, well, it had so much left, and it was getting
The thing
positive reception.
Phantom Seer was like the beginning of it. It took a little while to get to where it had its own identity, but once it got into its groove, like that series was just great. The art was amazing. The characters were interesting. The monsters and stuff that were coming in were really great. But I think that early on it was just a little bit too similar to stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen. So that kind of didn't let it stand apart. But the sales, like apparently the early volumes have gone back to print. like Volume 1, Volume 2 that have been coming out physically went back to print because of how popular it was. And then it just got canned, and I'm like so depressed because of all the series that they could have chopped out of the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, that would be like the one of all the newer ones. That was the one that I would not want to have seen gone.
You could have
Like,
taken out High School Family, and it would have been just fine.
Take out Ayakashi Triangle, Jesus! I like
Or that,
there's
yeah.
nothing but boobs in that series.
Maybe it really is because they already had a lot of like
I
horror,
think that-
demon slaying kind of things.
Yeah,
going on.
I think
There
that is
were
what
a
it is.
lot of those.
Because then they replaced it with what's it called? They replaced it with a like high school sports romance series.
Yeah.
Which is like a complete change of pace, and so far that one's been really good as well.
Is that Blue Flag? Or
Blue Box.
oh, okay. There's
like
so many blue something
Yeah.
manga.
It's like this guy who has a crush on a girl who plays on the basketball team, and it's just a cute kind of wholesome teenage romance comedy type thing. But yeah, Candy Flurry though, like I didn't know what to expect at all. And then going into it, just the idea is one of those zany things that only works in manga, where it was like years ago there was a company that released 100 pieces of these special candies, and anyone who ate the candy received some sort of like candy powered ability. And someone whose ability was someone who was a lollipop user destroyed Tokyo, and so it shows like the ruined Tokyo with a giant lollipop sticking out. And then like the main character is a lollipop user, and she's like, but I'm not the one whose lollipop destroyed Tokyo. And it's like so ridiculous, but the action is so just well choreographed and so great, and like the artwork is fantastic. I don't know the artist at all, like I haven't seen them on anything else, but they had to have worked under several people before, because it's beautiful. Like I highly recommend checking it out.
Is the artist a writer as well?
It's two people. So the artist is Santa Mitarashi, and the story is by Ippon Tokeguchi.
But man, that series just strikes me as it's like a Chainsaw Man kind of thing, but with like a slightly different flavor. But it seems like it has a different kind of humor or like mindset about how it goes about its story.
I was gonna say kind of.
Yeah, I haven't read it, but
off the bat, it kind of sounds like, what if we had One Piece without pirates, and we made it candy instead of fruit?
Like there's
that first spread is really good, man. I think that's what you're pulling up, right, Riley?
Yeah, the opening spread, it's just like
it's so
she's
good.
Coming down at like a donut monster, like a cake monster.
Okay, why not?
Like jumping down a building with a giant lollipop.
And the colors on that page are also just so good.
The artist.
I'm probably gonna read that now that I'm caught up on Demon Slayer. Well, not caught up.
It's only 2 chapters, just 2 chapters right now.
The artist Santa Mitarashi, his icon is Santa Claus, and of course, and he's only done Candy Flurry and Uchuzen Minamogo, and it looks really cool too. And the writer Ippon has worked on nothing else. He's a new writer, it seems, or unless it's a pseudonym or something. I don't know.
Lameworks said also it's Whole Cake Island, and that actually Whole Cake Island is in One Piece. It's just an island made of cake and candy, and everybody is crazy. That's hilarious.
Ultimate Power. I'm catching up to the comments. Dragon Maid does have ecchi innuendos. Yeah, that's about it. And the mangaka is a hentai artist, but that's all right. Art is art.
I'm always surprised how many mangaka start as hentai artists.
Yeah,
you know. The deeper I dive into weebdom, the more I realize just how normalized.
I mean, it's kind of like how most writers have written fanfic before they actually got published.
Yeah, but, good for them.
You can flex your muscles drawing hentai stuff because
the anatomy in those you have to understand anatomy.
That's good practice for when you make it to the real leagues and you start doing like detailed work for like Shonen Jump or whatever. I don't know. I'm using Shonen Jump as an example. I doubt they've let any hentai artist into Shonen Jump, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We got a super chat from Lameworks. Thank you so much. Y'all should peep Dun if it's
I also
going
want to
good.
keep that for sure.
It looks really interesting.
Absolutely. With those senseis behind them, like I gotta check them out.
When my friends that don't even read manga all of a sudden start texting me and they're like, "Have you checked this out?" And I'm like, "Not yet." And they go, like, "Get to it as soon as possible." So it's on my queue. Unfortunately, it's not localized just yet, but I am really looking forward to it.
Is it a Shonen Jump series though? Like, will it be on the app eventually?
I think it's Jump Plus. Because that's somebody, I don't know if you were on the Discord earlier, but somebody was talking about it and somebody just said the words Jump Plus, so I got really happy, but it's not up there.
Oh, well. Maybe it'll be on there, but probably just a desktop version.
That's what I figured. I can look at that. Tell you right now.
Lamework says Shonen Jump Plus. Yeah.
No.
Thank you for the super chat. And man, I forgot to highlight this. Sorry. Fellas, any reason why back in October all volumes of Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs up to volume 10 just vanished? I had been monitoring them and they were plentiful. And then literally overnight, they just went out of print.
October is heavy sales time. That's probably why.
I see some are on Right Stuff, but they say in stock. But when I have tried to order them over the past few months, I got a response saying they're waiting more, even though they are listed as in stock. That's weird.
I'm sure it'll be back. Seven Seas likes to keep their stuff in print, don't they?
And that series, I think, is pretty popular.
I was gonna say that if it gets to the Ghost Ship logo, it probably is going to sell well.
Is this the series that has the butt prop, the anime? You know about this?
What? No.
Let me check. Let's see if I have a picture on it. This is gonna get a little not safe for work, kids, but
it's the one where, because it was in Shonen Jump, it was in the weekly magazine.
Yeah.
And it had like on one side of a page, it was another series where there was like a cake or something, and then on the other side of the page was like a page from the Haunted Hot Springs where it was like
breast.
But it was like covered with steam
Smoke.
or whatever.
Yeah. That.
And if you look through the light, then the cake had strawberries that looked like it was the nipples or something like that.
Oh, that's like what the To Love Ru mangaka does. Like in reflections. When I was reading the Darling in the Franxx manga, which he draws, he does reflections of like private parts on like water droplets and things like that to kind of get away from the censorship. And I didn't notice until somebody pointed it out, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, that's little too much."
Art, man.
As if Darling in the Franxx needed that.
Well, it definitely doesn't. But also, I didn't even know there was a manga adaptation. I don't feel like it needed it or it had enough people.
I mean, if it fixes the ending, maybe it's actually good.
I was gonna say 02 stands will pay for anything. So good for them if they get it.
It's done.
Okay.
Damn it, I can't find it. But basically, there's this. I don't know if it was a Japanese thing or something. There's a scene in Yuna where the character, she's a ghost and she appears through a wall, but she gets stuck. So the main character only sees her butt up on the wall of the hot springs. So they made I don't know if you pre-ordered the Blu-ray or something in Japan, and you got like one of those boob mouse pads, but just like a butt. I don't know why.
It's culture. That's what it is.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see. Lameworks. Everyone needs to read Real. It's Inoue's best basketball series. Yeah, I said it. What do you think about that, Riley?
I wouldn't go that far when we have Buzzer Beater.
Yeah. Ultimate Power. Darling in the Franxx manga does have a new ending.
Maybe I'll actually finish it.
Cool.
It wasn't bad from when I was reading it. It's just a lot more fan service.
It isn't a bad anime until it reaches episode 16.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah. Next stream, keep us updated, and man, I'm pretty curious to see what's up with Yuna. I didn't know it was so popular. That it was. out of print everywhere. Let's see. Any last minute questions, chat, before we wrap up? They were talking earlier about. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Blue Period anime is coming soon.
That's the
that's
painting
coming
one,
out.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buzzer Beater is translated? Not yet. Only in Spanish and somewhere else.
Probably France.
No, it's in Japanese.
And
But
that's
translate
the original. Not translated.
I didn't even know that
Manga
existed.
really good.
Yeah, it really does. I always say I prefer my manga in regular, like, no color, and then I see manga in color and I'm like, never mind. This looks great. This looks nice.
Some mangaka don't really seem to like know how to use color too well, but then some, like Oshimi or I don't know, or Ayashida, like they really know how to use color.
Have you seen JoJo in color? Because once you read JoJo in color, I cannot go back.
I
It's
read
hard to go
the
back.
first volume of Part 6.
Part 6 is so good. I can't wait. That's another thing.
I
that we
only
should
read the
do
first
next
volume though, because at that point I was a little burnt out on JoJo.
Oh, I don't blame you at all.
Finally getting that anime.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
It cured my seasonal depression. I can finally smile again.
Speaking of seasonal, before we wrap up, if anybody's interested, last season I watched 25 shows, and I was looking at my list for this season, and it's 28 shows.
You're an animal, bro.
I actually had to drop one of the series, and I hated doing it because I know it's a good manga. It was it wasn't for me. It was Farewell Kramer, the soccer manga. I don't. First of all, the art style in the manga looks cute, but the anime it looked really weird, and a lot of the girls in the soccer team looked really similar, and I kept confusing characters. And after like 3 or 4 episodes, I'm like, I know it's wholesome, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna have like a really cool story with all the tropes of sports manga, but I'm like, I don't care about soccer. I don't like that sport at all.
Is it as bad as the baseball anime that you dropped? Like
No. That was I can't
Unfortunate.
even remember the name of that one. That was bad.
That was
But
really
this
There
one-
is one soccer anime that I want to revisit from my childhood. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but it's Tsubasa something. It's pretty popular.
Captain
also-
Tsubasa.
Captain Tsubasa, yeah.
Yeah, Captain Tsubasa. Yeah. Because it's just so over the top. Like they'll kick the ball and the ball will spin for like 3 minutes before like it actually goes in.
It's
That's
Goku
awesome.
power-up levels of hype. So
That
I
has
agree.
a Switch game, by the way, which looks ridiculous as well.
Oh yeah. Actually, I remember when that came
Yeah,
out. It's really
I think
good.
I came across it. Jolene is the best JoJo.
You know,
Yeah.
I actually really like her right away. From one volume in, I'm already like, she's like a bunch of other JoJo's combined, and I like it.
I think she's the most so I think she's the most relatable, and then there's Josuke, because they're the only two that are like normal teenagers.
Yeah.
She's just in a bad position.
Jotaro and Josuke together.
Who?
Jotaro and Josuke together, because she seems to have a heart of gold, but she's also like potty mouthed, I guess. You know, she's like she takes no shit.
Yeah, no, she definitely, and that's why she ends up in prison.
There you go. So yeah, I dropped Kramer because I don't like soccer. Sorry, it was just boring. But I do know that it's going to be a wholesome series because it's actually there's no fan service. There's none of that. It's a wholesome story about a underdog team of girls in high school soccer or something. But I didn't care enough about the sport or the art style. I'm like, that's all right. So now it's down to 27 shows. It's insane.
You are insane.
Yeah.
That's
Let's see. I got.
That's basically watching a whole anime series a week.
Yeah.
That's a
pretty
great
much.
way. I can't get past 4 episodes in 1 week. The most I've watched recently is 12 episodes of Megalobox over the course of like 6 days.
Yeah,
And that's because I
ReZero
made
season
myself.
2.
Oh, that finale for ReZero, amazing, blew my mind.
I'll have to do it now. I'm
It
not
was
watching
so
it.
good. I can't wait for you to watch it. Let me know when you do.
I'll probably
Is it
watch that
season?
and maybe Yasuke. I'll check that out maybe.
I'm gonna wait for the dub.
Of Yasuke.
No, of ReZero.
I was like, isn't it dubbed already?
No,
I
season 2?
told you guys early in the chat and in the show that I got the Oculus, right?
Yeah.
I was on big screen, which is amazing. I love that app. And they were streaming the dub of ReZero. And it had like 5 people in, and I jumped in, and they were just watching the show. I'm like, this is so nerdy. I love it. I love the idea of everybody just watching anime together, no matter where you are. Just sitting in a...
Do you know if the dub is good? Because I've been meaning to recommend it to my roommate, but
I watched the first season, and I watched the first season. I am a psycho, so I switch off depending on like what I'm doing.
I do that sometimes just to check it out.
Sometimes I just like to compare the voices, but I don't think the dub is bad. It's just
okay.
It's a typical dub. It's not extraordinary, but it's not horrible either.
Yeah.
I don't. The actor that does the voice for Subaru, he does a good job, but
because Subaru's voice acting like needs that depth, like he needs that anguish in his voice, like he needs to properly portray those anguished screams and whatnot. So,
well, I think he does a commendable job, but compared to the original, I'm like, it's so iconic. I love that guy.
Well, with ReZero, there are moments where his Subaru is in like absurd amounts of like mental anguish. So those episodes I loved watching in Japanese, but the episode where I don't want to say anything too much, but where he tries to stand up to somebody he shouldn't stand up to, I loved watching it in Japanese, and then everything else could have been dubbed.
Also, best girl Amelia.
That's why I love you, Gio.
Nobody can stand up to Rie Takahashi. She's one of my favorite actresses, and she kills it as Amelia, especially in season 2, because it's all about her. That season is all about that character.
Good. We don't need Ram anyway.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
So real quick, before we wrap up, I just wanted to let everybody know I'm watching a couple shows that I do recommend. So I'm a Spider, So What, Dragon Quest, Adventures of Dai, Welcome to Demon School, Iruma Kun Season 2, Killing Slimes for 300 Years. I highly recommend, for anybody curious, Vivi Fleuret's Eyes Song. It's a really badass show from Wit Studios. It's an original anime, basically about preventing the war between machines and humans, the annihilation of the human race. So a scientist awakens an old android that was decommissioned. She was supposed to be like a diva singer. So he sends an AI, a very advanced AI, 100 years to the past to help her in the past prevent the uprising of the AI and killing off all the humans and all that stuff. It's really fascinating. I love that show. And the other one I wanted to recommend is Odd Taxi. I've talked about it on the farm.
I gotta check that out. Everyone just keeps telling me that it's really good. And that it's actually watchable week to week because you have something to think about.
Yeah.
But there's also like an overarching. If I had just seen Odd Taxi, I think that it would just be like a little cute little slice of life driving a taxi. But I know that there's a murder mystery involved or something like that, and that's kind of what caught my attention. And the reception has just been like everybody's just saying it's great.
I know Riley isn't into the whole anime thing, but it does. They are doing a manga adaptation simultaneously, so maybe you can check that out to see if you like it. It's basically anthropomorphic animals. They're no humans, and we follow the character of Odokawa. He's a 41-year-old taxi driver. He's a walrus, and it starts out slice of life, but you soon start to notice that it interconnects the different stories of the passengers in his taxi. And there's a murder mystery. A teenage girl goes missing, and he is part of it because he actually drove her around. and so they're investigating and all that stuff. And it's some really dramatic acting in this show. Like, if it weren't anthropomorphic animals and if it were real people, I think it would be a critically acclaimed show, in my honest opinion. But having animals just makes it a little bit cooler to me. So I do recommend that.
I do want to add something else to that list, and that's one of my favorite manga. I know it's one of Riley's favorite manga too, and that is To Your Eternity, because the anime has been splendid. The anime has been really good. I think the art doesn't stack up to the manga because it's kind of hard to, but they've been so faithful to the manga so far. It's been really good.
And even then, the anime, it straight up looks movie quality at times.
It looks really good. I mean, I don't think it looks as good as the manga, but I still think it looks incredible. Like,
yeah,
I can
who's
really
animating it?
More in an adaptation of something I like.
Who's animating it?
Brain Base.
Brain Base. They also did.
I forget what else they did actually. Like, that's one of those studios that kind of flies under my radar.
I don't think I've ever even Brain Space.
Brain Base did.
Wow.
Wait, what did you guys do both? What?
Durarara.
Oh, Durarara. Oh,
yeah, I didn't.
That was good. That was really good. That was
I love Durarara.
An underrated show. I feel like
I just watched it when I didn't care about anime
needs
studios.
finality is the problem. It needs
who
more. It needs finality. Like, it needs more, more anime seasons, I guess. Because I think there's a lot of light novels.
I'll take what I can get because I do love Sterling and Shizuo so much, and nothing is better to me than. I
just love the tone of that show. It's
fantastic.
It feels kind of like Persona, where it's like you're in a city and you just have like all these
weirdos,
like people and like I don't know, real life things. Like, it's just cool.
There's nothing better, in my opinion. I forget what his name is, but he's not an antagonist, but he's like the information broker. And every time he sees Shizuo, he says, "Hey," he calls him Shizu-chan, and Shizuo proceeds to pick up stop signs and fire hydrants.
Oh, Izaya, that's his name.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Durarara is a great watch.
They also did Inspector, which I really loved last year.
And Bacano.
The noir yokai detective series.
Okay,
that's awesome. Yeah. It looks like they do a lot of stuff that just go under the radar.
Yeah, I feel like To Your Eternity is kind of like going a little bit under the radar. I feel like it should be getting more hype.
You'd be amazed. Like I mentioned, when my friends that don't like manga and anime try to ask me about it, that's when I know it's doing something. And so
I think the premise just calls out to a lot of people, but it's also a very, very slow burn. So, it develops kind of like a fantasy prose book, really. So I think a lot of people will kind of maybe lose interest before it gets to the real meat.
Well, I'm sold. So now I have no choice. Thank you, Nelson, for spending my time for me.
So there you go, guys. One final question. Final question for me, guys. I have held out on X 1999 manga for years. Should I buy the 6 Viz volumes and hope for the ladies to finish? I guess I can just decide if I want the movies or TV series. What do you guys think?
Here's what you do. Take that money.
I'm not going to finish.
And invest it in Jujutsu Kaisen instead, and then thank us later. Am I right? I don't know what
$2.
I don't know what X 1999 is, but that will be my suggestion instead.
I used to always see that manga everywhere, just because I remember the big X on the cover, and I always thought oh, this is probably going to be something edgy or some edgy tone or something, and it's not. It's by Clamp, so
yeah, it's a Clamp series.
Yeah.
But that's
all of
about
Clamp's characters have crazy edges right on the chin. So
true that. Chat and everybody watching, thank you so much. We got to wrap this up. Thank you for another successful stream here at the Omnibus Collectors Network. Thank you for liking, commenting, and, of course, being a part of the channel. We will be back 2 weeks from now with a manga topic that will be decided a couple hours before the actual stream because I have no idea. But we'll see what happens then. That makes it more exciting. Thank you to the wonderful panel tonight, which was awesome. I love having a full crowd here. Let's see. Sequential Consequence. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me exactly there. It's a bunch of consequence there. Yeah, just where you can find me. You can also find me at Chanel pretty much everywhere else, but I'm not that active anywhere else, so don't worry about it.
Subscribe and watch his videos. He doesn't know this yet, but he'll be making more videos soon. I hope.
I should. I mean, I do have to make a haul video for some of this stuff, so yeah. At least that is coming.
Yeah. Mango, how about you, brother? Where can people find you?
You can find me at Mango and the Champ here on YouTube. We currently only have 2 videos out, but we only just started this week, so be on the lookout for more. We're trying to, trying to figure out what our schedule is yet. Trying to figure out what our schedule is first, and we'll go from there.
Nice. And the Omnibus Collector himself, where can people find you?
At the Omnibus Collector on YouTube. I have my video. I think I talked about it last week. It's all filmed. I just need to edit it together. It's the video where I is that our new name, the Pretty Boy Detective Club?
That's the show that's airing.
I mean, we have like 3 different names that today we could have used.
Yeah. But I have my video will be edited and posted pretty soon, giving advice, tips, and stuff to people who are starting collecting, starting to build their manga libraries. Just advice on, budgeting, what series maybe to look for, tips in hunting for stuff, tips on shelving, keeping your stuff nice and clean. So if that's something that might help you, whether you're just starting out collecting or if you've been collecting for a little while, I'll have all of my it's going to be like a Prima official player's guide to
wow, Prima
manga. Damn. Yeah, that was a real pull.
You went there, nice.
Yeah.
There you go. For me, you can find me on my channel, We Can Geek Them, where I talk about anime, comics, and manga. I should be putting out a haul video soon, so if you want to check that out, subscribe if you can. Help a brother out. That's a week in geekdom. All right. For everybody here, thank you so much to the chat. You were wonderful. God bless. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you Sunday for Omnibros and Coffee with Jess and gang. And then we'll be back next week for more episodes. So thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.